The world is bracing for a period of extraordinary warmth. Scientists are issuing a stark warning. We could be on the verge of experiencing the hottest 5-year span ever recorded in human history. This isn't a distant forecast. This is projected to happen within the next 5 years between now and 2028. The implications of such a sustained period of record-breaking heat are profound, touching every corner of our planet and every aspect of our lives. It's a development that demands our immediate attention and understanding, as the signals from our climate system grow increasingly urgent and impossible to ignore for much longer. This isn't just about a few unusually hot summers. We are talking about a consistent upward trend in global average temperatures. This trend is pushing us into uncharted territory. The possibility of breaking all-time heat records is not a matter of if, but when, according to many climate experts. This escalation in global temperatures is a direct consequence of ongoing climate change, driven primarily by human activities. The accumulation of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere acts like a warming blanket, trapping heat and steadily raising the planet's thermostat, leading to these alarming predictions we are now discussing with growing concern. What does hottest ever recorded truly mean for us? It means more frequent and intense heat waves. It signifies greater stress on our water resources. It points to significant challenges for agriculture and food production globally. Imagine summers becoming progressively hotter, making outdoor activities difficult, and putting vulnerable populations at even greater risk. The familiar patterns of our seasons could shift, impacting ecosystems that have evolved over millennia. This is not merely an uncomfortable inconvenience. It's a fundamental change to the environment we depend on for survival. The scientific community, through organizations like the World Meteorological Organization, is diligently monitoring these changes. They are analyzing vast amounts of data to provide us with the most accurate projections possible. Their findings paint a clear picture. The Earth is warming at an accelerated rate. The next few years will be critical in observing these predictions unfold, and in understanding the full scale of the challenge ahead. It's a sober reality, but one we must confront with facts, and a commitment to understanding the complexities of our changing climate, preparing ourselves for what lies ahead. The World Meteorological Organization, or WMO, is a specialized agency of the United Nations. It plays a crucial role in international efforts to monitor weather, climate, and water resources. Recently, the WMO released a deeply concerning update. Their experts predict there's a very high likelihood, a 66% chance to be precise, that the annual average global temperature will temporarily exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. This could happen in at least 1 year between 2024 and 2028. That 1.5 degree mark is a critical threshold often discussed in climate agreements, a line many hoped we wouldn't cross so soon, even temporarily. The WMO's report further details that there is a 98% likelihood that at least one of the next 5 years, and the 5-year period as a whole, will be the warmest on record. This isn't just a minor increase, it signifies a substantial shift in our global climate system. While a temporary breach of the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit doesn't mean we've permanently failed the Paris Agreement's long-term goals, it serves as a grave warning. It shows just how close we are to reaching levels of warming that scientists have long cautioned could lead to catastrophic and irreversible climate impacts around the world. Several factors contribute to these alarming predictions. The continuous increase in heat-trapping greenhouse gases, primarily from burning fossil fuels, remains the main driver. However, the WMO also points to the likely development of an El Niño event in the coming months. El Niño is a natural climate pattern characterized by warmer-than-average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean. Historically, El Niño years tend to be warmer globally, and when combined with human-caused warming, it creates a potent recipe for record-breaking temperatures, pushing the global average higher. The message from the WMO is unequivocal. We are heading into uncharted territory. Professor Petteri Talas, the WMO Secretary General, emphasized that this report does not mean we will permanently exceed the 1.5 degrees Celsius level specified in the Paris Agreement, which refers to long-term warming over many years. However, he stressed that the WMO is sounding the alarm that we will be breaching the 1.5 degrees Celsius level on a temporary basis with increasing frequency. This underscores the urgent need for global action to reduce emissions and adapt to the changes already underway, because the window for effective response is rapidly closing. These rising global temperatures are far more than just abstract figures on a chart. They have tangible, often devastating consequences for the natural world. Wildlife populations are struggling to adapt to rapidly changing habitats. Some species face increased risk of extinction as their traditional environments become unsuitable. Coral reefs, vibrant underwater ecosystems, are experiencing widespread bleaching events due to warmer ocean waters. Forests become more susceptible to wildfires, and delicate ecosystems like Arctic tundra are transforming at an alarming rate. The intricate balance of nature is being profoundly disturbed by this relentless warming trend. The impact on our weather patterns is also becoming increasingly evident and severe. We are witnessing more frequent and intense extreme weather events. Prolonged heat waves, like those that have scorched parts of Europe, Asia, and North America in recent years, are becoming the new norm. These are often accompanied by severe droughts, leading to water shortages and agricultural losses. Conversely, other regions may experience more intense rainfall and flooding, as a warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture. This volatility in weather makes planning and adaptation incredibly challenging for communities worldwide, disrupting lives and livelihoods. Cities, where a majority of the global population now resides, are particularly vulnerable to rising temperatures. The urban heat island effect, where concrete and asphalt absorb and retain more heat than natural landscapes, can make cities several degrees hotter than surrounding rural areas. This exacerbates heat waves, putting immense strain on public health systems and energy grids as demand for air conditioning soars. The health impacts are significant, ranging from heat exhaustion and heat stroke, especially among the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions, to worsening air quality, which can aggravate respiratory illnesses for many people. Consider the devastating heat wave that struck India and Pakistan in the spring of 2022. Temperatures soared to unbearable levels, exceeding 45 degrees Celsius, or 113 degrees Fahrenheit, in many areas for extended periods. This event had widespread consequences, including loss of life, crop failures, water scarcity, and power outages. Schools were closed, and daily life was severely disrupted for millions. Such real-world examples offer a stark reminder of what more frequent and intense heat means for human populations, underscoring the human cost of inaction on climate change and the pressing need for adaptation strategies. If global temperatures continue to break records as predicted, the implications for our daily lives will be far-reaching and multifaceted. Agriculture, the bedrock of our food supply, will face immense challenges. Changing rainfall patterns, prolonged droughts, and extreme heat can decimate crop yields, leading to food shortages and rising prices. Water availability, already a critical issue in many parts of the world, will become even more precarious. This could trigger increased competition for resources, potentially leading to instability and displacement. Our very ability to feed a growing global population will be severely tested in previously unseen ways. The long-term consequences for the planet are equally, if not more, dire. Continued warming accelerates the melting of glaciers and ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica. This contributes directly to rising sea levels, threatening coastal communities and ecosystems around the globe with inundation and erosion. We risk triggering irreversible tipping points in the climate system, such as the collapse of major ice sheets or large-scale dieback of rainforests. These are changes that would fundamentally alter the Earth's environment for centuries, if not millennia to come, leaving a vastly different planet for future generations. This news is undoubtedly sobering, but it's crucial we don't succumb to despair. Instead, let this serve as a catalyst for informed discussion and action. We want to hear from you. How are these changes affecting your community? Have you noticed shifts in your local weather patterns or environment? What are your biggest concerns about a warming world? Sharing your experiences and perspectives is vital, as it helps us all understand the diverse ways climate change is impacting people on the ground. Your voice matters in this global conversation about our shared future. We urge you to share this report with your friends and family. Engage in the conversation by leaving your comments below. And please, stay informed by following reliable news sources and scientific updates on climate change. Understanding the challenge is the first step towards addressing it effectively. Thank you for taking the time to watch and for being part of this critical discussion. Together, by staying informed and advocating for change, we can navigate the path towards a more sustainable and resilient future for everyone on this planet.